Welcome back to another terrifying storytelling session. The name of today's story is The Whispering House in Blackwood Forest. And your storyteller is Lisudio. So sit back, turn down the lights, and stay with me from the beginning all the way to the very end. Because tonight's story is not just about a haunted house. It's about a place that never forgets. A place hidden deep inside a forest where people vanish without a trace. A place that waits patiently for its next visitor. And once it knows your name, it never lets go. This is the story of Ethan Carter and the terrifying mystery of Blackwood House. Let's begin. The rain had been falling for 3 days straight when Ethan Carter received a strange letter. There was no stamp, no return address, no clue about who had sent it. The envelope looked ancient, yellowed with age, as if it had been hidden away for decades before finally finding its way to him. With trembling fingers, Ethan opened it. Inside was a single piece of paper, and on it were 7 chilling words. Come back to Blackwood House. It's waiting for you. The moment he read the message, a cold feeling ran through his body. Blackwood House. A name he had spent 20 years trying to forget. People claimed it was haunted. They said strange lights appeared in its windows at night. They said voices whispered from the trees. Most terrifying of all, they said people sometimes entered the house and never returned. As children, Ethan and his friends laughed at the stories. Until the night his best friend, Noah, disappeared. Noah had dared everyone to sneak into Blackwood House. Only Noah actually went inside. He was never seen again. The police searched for weeks. Nothing was found. Not even a body. After that, Ethan's family moved away. He never returned. Until now. 2 days later, Ethan found himself driving through endless rain toward the town he had left behind. The sky was dark even though it was only afternoon. The forest looked exactly as he remembered. Tall black trees. Twisted branches. Mist crawling along the ground like pale fingers. The town itself seemed frozen in time. Few people walked the streets. The old diner still stood at the corner. The church bell still rang every hour. But something felt wrong. Everyone looked nervous. Everyone seemed afraid. When Ethan stopped at a gas station, the old cashier's eyes widened. You're going there, aren't you? The man asked. Ethan hesitated. To Blackwood House. The cashier crossed himself. You shouldn't. Why? The old man leaned closer. Because it's awake again. That night Ethan rented a room at the town's only motel. He barely slept. Around 2 a.m. he woke suddenly. Someone was whispering. At first he thought it was the television. But the TV was off. The whisper continued. Soft. Faint. Coming from outside. Ethan moved to the window. Rain tapped against the glass. The parking lot was empty. Then he saw a figure standing beneath a streetlight. A boy. About 10 years old. Wearing a red jacket. Noah's red jacket. Ethan's heart nearly stopped. The boy slowly lifted his head. His face was completely black. No eyes. No mouth. Just darkness. The streetlight flickered. The figure vanished. The next morning Ethan drove toward Blackwood Forest. The road ended at a rusted iron gate. Beyond it stood the mansion. Blackwood House. The building looked enormous. Its windows were broken. Its roof sagged. Vines covered the walls. Yet somehow it didn't seem abandoned. It felt alive. Watching. Waiting. Ethan stepped through the gate. Immediately he felt cold. Not normal cold. A deep, unnatural chill. The forest behind him became silent. No birds. No insects. Nothing. Only the sound of his own breathing. As he approached the front door, he noticed something strange. Fresh footprints. Leading inside. Someone had entered recently. Or something. The front door opened with a long, painful creak. Dust filled the air. The entrance hall stretched into darkness. Portraits lined the walls. Every painting showed members of the Blackwood family. Rich. Elegant. Smiling. Yet Ethan noticed something unsettling. Their eyes seemed to follow him. Everywhere. no matter where he stood. The eyes watched. He quickly moved deeper into the house. The floorboards groaned beneath his feet. Shadows filled every corner. The deeper he went, the stronger the feeling became. He wasn't alone. Someone was walking nearby. Slow footsteps echoed through the mansion. Step, step, step. Then silence. Ethan called out. Hello. No answer. Only a whisper. Very close. Right beside his ear. Leave. He spun around. Nobody was there. Hours passed. Room after room revealed nothing except dust and decay. Then Ethan discovered a locked door in the basement. Strange symbols had been carved into the wood. The lock looked ancient. Yet somehow the door itself appeared untouched by age. As if it had never changed. Never decayed. Never moved. Something behind it was breathing. Slow. Heavy. Like a sleeping giant. Ethan felt every instinct telling him to run. Instead, he forced the door open. The smell hit him first. Rot. Mold. Death. The room beyond was enormous. Far larger than it should have been. The basement seemed impossible. The space stretched endlessly into darkness. And in the center stood a single chair. Someone was sitting in it. A boy. Wearing a red jacket. Noah. Exactly as he had looked 20 years ago. Not older. Not changed. Noah slowly turned toward him. Ethan. His voice trembled. You shouldn't have come. Ethan's eyes filled with tears. Noah. Noah nodded. Then he began crying. Run. The darkness behind Noah moved. At first Ethan thought it was a shadow. Then he realized the shadow was standing up. Something enormous emerged. At least 10 feet tall. Its body was thin and stretched unnaturally long. Its arms dragged across the floor. Its face had no face. Only a mouth. A giant mouth filled with hundreds of human teeth. The creature smiled. The room shook. Whispers exploded from every direction. Thousands of voices speaking at once. Children. Adults. Old people. All whispering the same thing. Asterisk asterisk stay with us. Asterisk asterisk Ethan ran. The creature followed. Its arms scraped against the walls. Its laughter echoed through the mansion. Doors slammed shut. Windows shattered. The entire house seemed alive. Trying to trap him. Trying to keep him. As Ethan raced upstairs, he noticed figures standing in every room. Ghostly people. Transparent. Pale. Watching. Dozens. Then hundreds. All staring silently. Victims. People who had disappeared over the decades. The house had taken them. Consumed them. Collected them. Like trophies. Ethan reached the front door. Locked. He pulled desperately. Nothing. The creature was getting closer. Its footsteps thundered through the hallway. The whispers became screams. Then Noah appeared beside him. For the first time, Noah looked older. Aged. Exhausted. Like someone trapped for a lifetime. There is only one way, Noah said. What? The house feeds on fear. Noah pointed toward the giant chandelier hanging above the entrance hall. Bring it down. The creature emerged from the darkness. Its mouth opened wider. 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 Far beyond what should have been possible. Inside the mouth Ethan saw faces. Hundreds of faces. All screaming. All trapped. He grabbed a rusted support chain. Pulled with everything he had. The chain snapped. The chandelier crashed downward. The creature looked up. Too late. The massive iron structure smashed directly into it. The house screamed. Not the creature. The house itself. Walls cracked. Floors split apart. Windows exploded. The entire mansion began collapsing. Ghostly figures filled the hall. Hundreds of souls rising like smoke. Free at last. Noah smiled. A real smile. The first one Ethan had seen in 20 years. Thank you. Then he vanished. Ethan barely escaped before Blackwood House collapsed into itself. The forest shook. Trees bent violently. A shockwave swept through the woods. Then silence. Complete silence. For the first time. The darkness was gone. The whispers had ended. The house was dead. Or so he thought. 6 months later, Ethan had returned home. Life slowly became normal again. The nightmares faded. The fear disappeared. Everything seemed over. Then one evening he heard a knock at his front door. 3 slow knocks. He opened it. Nobody was there. Only an envelope. Old. Yellowed. Without a stamp. Without a return address. Hands shaking, he opened it. Inside was a single piece of paper. It read, ***, thank you for opening the door. ***, below the message was a photograph. A photograph of Ethan sleeping in his bed. Taken the night before. And standing beside him in the darkness, was the smiling creature from Blackwood House. The end. #candle#.